Where's Cabo? Where's Cabo? Isn't that a little black dog? Yeah, there's a little black dog.
What you got there?
All right, well, we got a new knife, new product, and so I guess you just got to tear them because they don't open with the down the first time. Okay, so we got a new little knife. It's actually pretty heavy. There's a lot of steel in it. All right, so we do have a lock right there, spring assist, pops right open. Okay, and so we're also going to do a long handle blue knife sharpener demo on it. And hang on just a minute here. I have no idea who 425. We'll just do that and do that.
If you'd like to renew the warranty of your car,
I don't know how
press
to shut it
1
up.
now.
Okay, so let's get some paper and our magazine. Oh, stuff. All right, well, I can use this one. I'll just have to make them smaller cuts. All right, so we got our blue long handle. All right, yep, blue long handle. I don't want to use a brand new one. I think this is the one we've been using. All right, so let's find out. I think it's actually pretty sharp. It feels sharp. Okay, and if I slow down a little bit, go up here on the radius, go out there on the point, like that. Okay, that's not too bad. A lot of knives, they actually cut good because there's actually teeth on the blade. When you come up to a sanding belt and you come in like this and you do that, the scratch marks on the cutting edge from the sand on the belt sander are 90 degrees to the blade. So that's why they cut so good when they're brand new. And everything else except a belt sander doesn't leave the scratches 90 degrees to the blade. That's part of the reason it's difficult to get a knife as sharp as it was when it was absolutely brand new. So we got a 90-degree corner here and a 90-degree corner there. It's just like this is a 90-degree corner. That over there is a 90-degree corner. So 90-degree corners. All right, so we're going to take the 90-degree corner. We're going to touch it to the cutting edge like this. I'm going to duplicate the angle, which is about like that right there. Okay, turn it a little bit. We're going to slide it along the blade. With a whetstone, you have to absolutely pay attention, lift it up and come on around, and then not take the point off your blade. So just like this, I can turn it, come right on around like that. Match the bevel, go right off the point like this. You can run it over backwards like this towards you. Come back this way, roll it back this way, go over like that. Turn it over, do the same thing on this side. Turn the knife, go right around the radius, out to the tip. Don't press on it very hard. Here we're not sharpening the knife, we're just doing a tune-up on a brand new knife that I haven't used much. People say, why are you doing a tune-up? I'm going through the motions to show you how this is done. A lot of people say, well, you didn't sharpen that knife. Geez, no duh. Okay, so just like this, 99% of the stuff that I do on these videos is just showing you how I do it, not necessarily actually sharpening the knife because it wasn't dull to start with. But if I can mess with it for, let's say, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and not dull the knife, then obviously I am sharpening. If you're not dulling, okay, you're maintaining the edge that was there. So now we're just going to vary. The shorter blades are just a little bit harder to do. You have to slow down a little bit, be a little more precise, be a little more careful, just like that. All right, let's see what we have now. It may be, okay, it's the same. So if I could mess with it for a couple of minutes, and it's not duller, obviously, even out there, that's a pretty good deal. So the long handle blues, the red, white, and blue, the white and the blue are going to eventually fade away. They'll be red, just like all the Sharpens Best products. This is Brad Buckner, sharpensbest.com. You take care, and we'll see you later.